All right, if you love food like me and you love eating, you have to try fasting. Oh, Gabriel, what do you mean, man? It's like I'm gonna stop eating because I like eating? Yes. So let me tell you a story. For a long, long time, I would do my meal prepping. I would do a big pan of ground beef and rice, and I would do my meal prepping for the week or like the night before for work. Little container, put the measure, put the right weight of rice, the correct weight of ground beef, and take it to work. Right? I would get to work for lunch. I would eat that shit. 30 minutes later, I'm hungry again. Small meals always pissed me off. Always, always. I always got pissed off by a small meal. I prefer not to eat than to eat a small meal. So dieting becomes very fucking hard when you like eating because, man, you like eating. Food's good. Food's amazing. Fills you up emotionally and physically. So whenever you have a small meal, if you're like me, it just pisses you off like it pisses me off, right? So I eat one meal a day. I do fasting on a daily basis. So one meal a day. And on the weekends, I am a little bit more lax. I maybe do two meals, like a coffee, 2 meals and a snack, because I like having breakfast. I have like a breakfast, and I have a coffee in the middle of the day, like a coffee with cream and like a Starbucks white girl drink. That's kind of shit I like. And then like a bigger dinner. And during the week, I only have dinner, right? So I can have a big ass meal. I can have a lot of food, and that that makes me happy. Uh, Here's the thing, man. Too much of a good thing can be a bad thing, right? Too much of a good thing can be a bad thing. That's the core of what I want to tell you today. Too much of a good thing can be bad. If you have if you like eating and you have too much food all the time, that is bad, right? If you have McDonald's every day, for example, it's like you're gonna feel like shit at the beginning. You're gonna feel like crap. Uh, your gut's gonna get all messed up, but at some point you're gonna get used to it. But if you get used to it for long enough, to eating all those greasy, very tasty, filled with like salt and sugar and all those good fat things, and you go eat a normal meal of ground beef and rice, man, it's gonna feel boring. It's obviously gonna feel boring. Obviously, you're not gonna be able to stick to the diet because you're always eating so much good food all the freaking time that you just when you eat something normal, it's boring, right? Because you're hyperstimulated. So that's what he means. Like a pizza and McDonald's taste good, right? I mean, after a long time for me dieting, this whole fasting thing, McDonald's just doesn't taste the same anymore. Fast food doesn't hit the same because I am like hypersensitive to how the food affects my body. That's a big problem with people. They are so used to eating shit that they don't know how bad that makes them feel. How like drained they live their lives like. It's like you're always eating things that don't properly fuel your body. You're always existing with this like lethargic state of being. You don't even remember how it feels like to be energetic, to have this vitality that comes with eating good, with eating clean, with eating like actual food, right? So like at some point you get hypersensitive to it because you get used to noticing how things feel. When you fast, when you spend a day without eating, like whatever you eat, first of all, it's just gonna taste freaking amazing. It's gonna taste fantastic. I make the most boring ass shit that you can imagine. I am a terrible cook. I make pasta, I make little homemade pizzas, I can make eggs, I can make ground beef. Right? That's pretty much the extent of my culinary abilities, right? So, but when I eat that, it's just so damn good because I am hungry, because I haven't eaten anything in a day. So it just hits the spot every single time. I've been eating the same meals for the past year and I never get tired of it. Why? Because they always taste delicious because I have this fasted state that is my standard state. And something that I also realized, man, is that a lot of people they just live their lives waiting for the next meal. It's like you probably know someone like this. I'm gonna tell this little anecdote, omitting details to not be obvious. You probably know someone like this, right? Someone that eats, someone that's fat, some fat motherfucker, and they eat a lot. They're always eating, right? Even if they don't notice, fat people have that thing. Like if you get very obese, people that are usually very obese, they're always eating. And they eat so much and they don't realize that they're eating. This is it's crazy shit, right? So they usually have shitty lives. When you start getting to especially when you start developing some eating disorders, or you can call it like that. It doesn't really matter. When you have a bad relationship with food, usually it is because the food becomes your only pleasure in life. The only thing that you have going on is the meal that you're going to have at 12:30 when it's your lunch break at work, from work that you don't fucking like, with people that you despise, with no progression in line and like sight, nothing to shoot for, no family to take care of, nothing. People are just like existing, and it's like the food becomes your only pleasure. And the thing about pleasures, and about the material pleasures, and about the sensitive pleasures, is that they're very fleeting. Something that I would do a lot last year, man, especially at the beginning months of this 1 meal a day fasting thing, is that I would get I'd be starving, and then I go to Domino's and I buy like a full large pizza on a Friday, and I would get home and I would demolish that thing. I would demolish that pizza, and it was amazing. And I was like having this, palatable orgasm. And the moment I'm done with the last piece of pizza, the pleasure just goes away, right? And that's the same thing that happens with all those mundane pleasures, right? Those physical pleasures, maybe even like sex, or like pornography, or food, or alcohol, drug. Everything is like that. All the material pleasures are very fleeting. That's why people have to keep doing more and more and more of it, because their tolerance starts rising. You finish that last piece of pizza, and you're just back at whatever you were before, right? You finished getting there, touching your willy. God damn it. And boom, you're back to normal, right? So the pleasure is a very, very fleeting thing. And when you have food as your only source of pleasure, a lot of people are like that. They just live their lives, they live their days just waiting for the next meal. All that their day and their job and their friendships are is just time in between meals. You know what I mean? Do I make any sense? Or am I just saying bullshit? I don't fucking know at this point. But for a lot of people, their lives are just an in between meals. They they eat, and then they're just like, all they do is, with the rest of the time, is just wait for the next meal. And what happens with time is, because that's their only pleasure, the time between meals starts getting shorter, because they start adding more meals, and they always have to be munching on something, because of boredom, because of whatever, because of a spiritual emptiness, and they get fat. It's obvious, right? So if you love eating, you have to try fasting, because of all those things that I mentioned. The fasting is going to make you more sensitive to good food. You're gonna have less like hyperstimulation, and you're going to start to feel more how foods impact you, and you're going to start liking to eat the good foods because of how they make you feel. You're going to in a large sense, something that actually I noticed happening is that all my relationship with food drastically changed over the past year of having a meal a day. Like a Domino's pizza doesn't attract me the same way anymore. A McDonald's burger doesn't attract me the same way anymore, because all those greasy foods, all that I have is this vivid experience of how bad they make me feel. Like I eat the full pizza, it tastes good at the time. It's not worth the stomach ache afterwards. You know what I mean? It's not worth the it's not worth the toilet visit after I'm done. So that's just an idea that I wanted to share today. If you really like eating, like I am, and you hate small meals because you get hungry right after, and you and you feel like maybe you feel a little bit like regular diet food is boring, you should try. You should give it a try. Give fasting a try and see how you like it. Okay, man. God bless. See you next time. Let me know in the comments your thoughts, and I'm going. Love you. Bye.